live, DJ.
It's on me. It's on me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I know we're live, E. What is good, baby? How are we doing? Off and rolling. Happy Monday to you guys out there. It's the Bet Champ Show after hours, and we are just chilling up and rolling on this Monday night. Got some fellas in the house tonight, and we are just chilling. Some big things to kind of go over tonight. Of course, we got to talk about the Olympics are now over. Some big golds coming out, especially with the basketball team and everything. I know we want to cover that and a lot more we'll get into a little bit later, but appreciate all the live viewers and listeners. You guys are here, always in the house, doing your thing. Let us know if there's anything else you'd like to hear tonight or anything you guys want to throw in. We'll always give you a shout out and get you on the show. But with that being said, we got to introduce the crew tonight. Got the dream team here. One might be sleeping, but that's okay. You got the big three in the house tonight. North Glenn's finest, the Soch man, is in the building. Soch, how are we feeling?
Feeling great. Got Olympics all wrapped up. Got a little taste of some NFL action this weekend. Even though it's preseason, it's just good to watch football. Good to see the guys out there. I mean, you want to talk about like having the itch. I had the itch all fucking weekend trying to bet. I just want to do it, but you got to stay disciplined in the preseason and whatnot. It was good to just have football back in a one way or another. So good overall weekend. I mean, shit, dude, we were 2 points away from fucking hitting the parlay too. That was just I mean, that's as close as you can really get. And I was telling ZJE in that gold medal game, LeBron had a run out dunk that I think Steph didn't pass to him late in the game. And I was screaming. I was like, throw it ahead, but he didn't. You're on mute, E.
I was going to say, I saw that. I was going to talk about that later. And, he had his chance. He missed a three. He went for the layup when he got his hand held. They didn't call the foul. We were just a basket away.
So close. Hey, that's good, though. Got our finger on the pulse.
Great game.
Yeah, good stuff.
We're right there.
Off and rolling. I don't know if he's in the house or if he's out of the house or he might be moving into the house, but we got the Whitster in the building live on air. Whit, how are we doing?
We live, dog.
There he is, baby.
We just doing things around here. Brother's got to work, Not all of us are just out there just making that bread. You know what I mean? Out here in Cali with these high taxes, these high state taxes.
Yeah, get banged.
Good to have you in the house tonight, Whit. Always a pleasure, as always. And then, ladies and gents, of course, we got the big fella here. We got the guy you're always here to see, WWE. How are we feeling tonight?
I'm doing all right. Just want to, doing great, actually. I know Whit, I feel his pain. California does have some high taxes, but just going through some local mail here. I don't know if you guys could see who that's from. The IRS hitting your boy up. You got Colorado State Department of Revenue hitting your boy up. I know all about taxes, man. Taxes is holding the man down. So.
I got the same, but you looking like you might end up like the situation. You don't pay those taxes.
The situation.
Yeah, exactly, man. I mean, they're coming hard, different
Big
ways.
Sitch.
You guys wonder why I'm in the bunker all the time. Trying to stay one step ahead.
My man buttoned up like he just got out of prison, dude. Get a little
Lord.
air in there.
The top one going to the fellas in the house tonight, ladies and gents.
bad.
We are off and rolling. Happy Monday to you guys, as always. Full house tonight, so you got our full attention. If you guys want to throw any comments, questions, or concerns in the chat bar, we'll always give you a shout out on the show. But what are we twerking with tonight? Obviously, we'll start with Soch. Men's basketball gold medal champs took on France, took them down, took them to Pound Town in their own place. How are we feeling about the men's basketball team?
Yeah, I mean that was one of the better games. I mean, it wasn't the Serbia type game with the hype and whatnot, but I mean that's as good as the final two games that you were going to see in that tournament. Both those teams, Serbia and France, it could have gone either way. It just came down to USA, being who we are, being the leaders in the basketball world. as a collective team. But it's interesting to see. You see all these people, first team All NBA this, first team All NBA that. But when it comes down to it and you got one game to win, you're going to put Steph Curry, LeBron James, and Kevin Durant out on that floor. And nobody else is going to really have a say-so in it. I think Jason Tatum, Anthony Edwards, guys like that kind of got to see front row and center like how good these guys still are when it comes to one game on the line. My guy and Witt's guy, pulled through huge those last two games. Steph Curry was just playing like a man possessed, and you kind of wish that he would have done it the whole tournament. But what a better way to end his first Olympic run with those last two performances. And like E said, and all of us say every week, the world's catching up. They're that close. You got a rookie Wembanyama being the best player on France, reaching the gold medal game. I mean, that the basketball's in good hands worldwide. So it was cool to also see guys like Yabusele, like how we were talking about on France, guys like that. These guys also aren't playing just for their country. They're playing for their career to try to
get paid,
get that extra bag. I mean, you see guys, Yabusele, a couple guys on Serbia. I mean, this isn't only playing for your country. This is a tryout to try to get that bag, those millions of dollars that you can get in the NBA and make a name for yourself. So I think that's why guys like that, stepped up to the plate and they overperformed. A lot of people didn't know who they were, but I promise you a lot of people in the NBA know who these guys are now, especially with how they performed against them. So
LeBron definitely knows who he is.
Men's and women's. I mean, they both took it home against France in Paris. So it was nice.
So provocative. Slid it in. You want to say it again, CJ?
No, go ahead, Wade.
So provocative, making sly comments about Sacha's girl while you walk down the street with him. He don't even catch it.
What'd he say? I didn't even hear him.
You were talking about all these players trying to be well known, and you were like the NBA. They definitely know who some of these guys are now, and I was like, yeah, LeBron definitely knows.
Oh yeah, I mean, shit. Dude can bounce. Dude got hops. Dunked on him.
What you think, Whit? What was your take, kind of overall men's basketball Olympic wise, and then of course we got the gold.
I think it was good. I think it was good. I think Curry couldn't have had a better guy, a better American, a better. Curry's just that dude, man. Everyone likes him. He's wholesome. It was great to see him come up. I think if you really look at it, I think that for me, that was a highlight for Curry. I think the two biggest moments he's had for me in his career were Game 7 against the Kings in the playoffs, and I think this one. And it's a toss up of which one. I think the Kings were back and forth, and he just came up huge with like a 50 burger. But I think this one, man, just what he did down the stretch. I know it wasn't as close as some thought, but that game was within 4. That game was in 3. It was within 6 when he was hitting these shots, and he just continued to suck the life out of him with that 3 ball. And I just think it was a great moment for America, a great moment for Curry. It was awesome. It was awesome. I'm happy for the guy, happy for the guys. I feel for Jason Tatum. I just don't know what it was. I saw Kirk come out and say, no one talked about Booker, but he's, I don't know what that was about. I mean, he played okay, but I don't know what Kerr saw that Tatum didn't fit somewhere. You know what I mean? I know Halliburton had some issues, but it just that was odd. Maybe he just didn't play well alongside him. Maybe he's too young. Maybe I don't know. You saw Edwards fall off at the end. He wasn't doing what he was doing at the beginning. So don't know what Kerr saw. You'd love to get behind the curtain and see if Tyronn Lue and these other assistants, Spoelstra, thought the same thing. But I got to think Kerr didn't make that decision in a silo. But happy for the men's. The women's, unfortunately, I was driving. I was getting Sacha's, frantic, anxiety-driven texts, about the women's. But, yeah, man, it was good for them, too. I think they could have put together a better team, though. I think the women really need to collectively get together and see it's not always the best players. You know what I mean? You need some other pieces there that gel together. So
I like it. What are you thinking, E?
Man, I'm thinking got the gold both ways. big sweats in a way. To Witt's point, I feel just the same way. If you were writing out that story, it couldn't have happened for a better guy.
Yeah.
A lot of those other guys have love and hate either way. If it was KD, if it was LeBron, it was Curry, and people just enjoyed it. And he struggled in the beginning with his shot to come back and say, this is what a champion's about. Big games, big players step up. I'm not worried about exhibition, not worried about first rounds. This is a gold game. Watch me go. And so that was really cool because I think Curry's in the room, right? Some people may not, but I think Curry is right there in that room with Kobe, Jordan, and LeBron. They're all in this room together. And not only is he in the room, but he belongs there. You know what I mean? Like he's one of them. And Sach was talking before the show went on the air. There's only one guy on that team that can get the ball and not throw it down the court to an open LeBron James without LeBron's getting pissed and somebody talking to him, and that's a Seth Curry because he knows he's going to fire up. This guy's got this. Anybody else been like, hey, young man, you see me down here. Remember KD with the slap and all that? It's a pass because they're mutual. So that was really awesome. The girls team, it's like we said, the world is catching us. I'm really excited for, 4 years from now. Right now, who's the new team? Because LeBron, KD, Curry, they're going to be gone. This is Ant's time. And JT, for instance, Tatum. It's going to be
Ja Morant.
Yeah, Ja Morant. It's going to be these guys' world and what they do. Will be very interesting to see if they can keep going. I was reading during the weekend. I was telling Sach this during the weekend that France's best player wasn't even on the team. He was playing with the under 20 guys, and he's supposed to be a first-round pick in this NBA draft, another point guard. France they're coming up year after year with some ballers. Legends will step up. It's historic, right? We have generations of these guys going back to the Dream Team. So who's this one going to be? Well, you had Kobe, you had Carmelo, you had a young LeBron. Now it's a young Ant, hopefully, and these guys take it over. But the world's, like they said, catching up. 1 point win for the girls. They got, 50, 60 in a row, whatever they're at?
Yeah.
Yeah. To Witt's points, too, it's not always the best players. I think that has something to do with Tatum. I don't know the whole story, but, Brown and White played. They got a lot of minutes. Not Brown, Holiday, White. They got their minutes because they're dogs and they do a different thing for Kerr. JT, I just don't know if it's. He did get in on that goal game. It was like Kerr heard the chatter or something and
Yeah, but you played for like 2
got him
minutes.
some minutes. But that's what I mean. But he was not part of the plan. He was just out there to shut everybody up, I guess.
Yeah.
But overall, man, what a great series, great tournament. France held their own. Serbia, good games.
But even going off of that, like watching the whole tournament, it seemed like Jason Tatum didn't even it just seemed like he didn't fit with that group of players. And that goes to like literally building a team. You can't put the best players together and just expect it to work. You got to have the three alpha dogs. You're looking at Curry, Durant, and LeBron. They're on the floor. One of them is on the floor at all times. Two of them 75% of the time. And at the end of the day, are you going to put Jason Tatum in over Kevin Durant just because he won a championship? You're really not going to make that call. And it just didn't seem like, even from the jump, it just didn't fit. He did get there late. He didn't show up as soon as it started. Derek White is another guy. Is he a top 12 player in the league? Absolutely not. But that's what the team needs. And Tatum just wasn't having the defensive effort and the plus minus, the catch and shoot, the swinging the ball. He just didn't have those intangibles because he's not used to it. And even going off of what Steve Kerr said, Devin Booker was probably the unsung hero MVP of this team. His plus minus was like plus 80 throughout the tournament. He was shooting almost 60% from the field, 55% from three.
A lot of the early games.
Defensive assignments. Devin Booker, he played his role, and he's probably never going to do that role again unless he's on the Olympics. So it's just tough.
I think we say it a lot, but this is another example. There's levels to this. We talked when the Olympics first started. Steve Kerr was going to win or lose with the big three.
Yeah.
They earned that. You know what I mean? KD earned to be on the floor. This is last Olympics. He's setting records. JT will be there maybe one day. And then we'll be talking about him. And, hey, he earned that last spot. He earned his time on the floor. But there's just levels and time that goes with it.
I think where JT was out, and if I'm being like JT, no one else had you see Ant's minutes decrease too, and I think there's a reason, and they're similar, but I think Ant does it a little bit better defensively and gets involved with loose balls and things. JT had a hard time playing without the ball in his hands, and that's what that team about. Everyone else that they played, White, Holiday, Durant, LeBron, Curry. Like, they didn't need the ball in their hands. You look at Embiid's minutes, right? His plus minus was awful. And the game's just different, internationally. But I think that's what really propelled them is once they figured out who could make an impact even when they don't have the ball in their hands. And obviously Curry stretches the floor, so he's an automatic given, you know what I mean? Because you have to extend out there. And so I think that's where JT needs to work on his game. And when you watch the Celtics, they are very ball dominant. Him and Jaylen Brown have a lot of ISOs and things like that. And I think that's where I want to say it wasn't anything personal. I want to say I'd love to think that. I don't think Jason Tatum's a bad guy. But, yeah, he just didn't fit. And when I look back and analyze it, it's like he just didn't do well with where was he contributing if the ball was in his hands? And there was just a lot of times he just had that issue. You know what I mean? And I think that's why his minutes were limited. I want to believe that anyways.
I think so you guys all had some really good points. You look at Team USA and what you're saying, when you stack a dominant team like that and you have a big three like that, certain guys that were the guy on other teams now have to find another role. What else can they be good at to contribute to this team? And, talking about JT and all that, I feel like the reason Ant was playing, obviously Ant's amazing, but he brings energy to the team as well. Outside of that, you look at JT's a great player, but he's honestly one of those kind of quiet players. He scores silently and everything. Ant kind of brings some aggressiveness, some energy, and you would see that in some of these games. I would say, obviously, I think Kevin Durant and LeBron were the most consistent players throughout this journey and everything, and then Curry became the hero the last two games, huge part to their success and whatnot. And KD, to what he was saying, gets a lot of hate nowadays and everything. But you see now, like, KD is still KD. He is still one of the best scorers you can put on the court night in and night out, which is great to watch. LeBron just did his thing. He's a leader. He's also an energy part of the team. And then Curry's just one of the best shooters you will ever see in the game of basketball. And to what you guys were saying, what Sach was saying about unsung heroes, I love Devin Booker in that slot. Some key shots down the game to get these guys back in rhythm and going. But another unsung hero I want to throw out there, I think Drew Holiday was absolutely amazing. You talk about defensive assignments. I mean, that man was clamping people up, and he was making some clutch threes down the way as well. So all in all, just great ball and everything. And you see, when you put together good players, some people don't play. JT, obviously, Halliburton didn't even touch the floor, and he's a young guy too. Like he's saying, it's not his time yet. Derek White was, there as another backup guy and everything, but so more on the way for that. I was gonna throw this out there, which I thought it's so interesting, right? When you get into different countries and different style of ball, you look at France. The best defensive player in the NBA barely even played for these guys. How crazy. And, obviously there's matchup with Wemby and Gobert and everything, but the best defensive player in the NBA barely played on Team France, which I thought was crazy in the gold medal round. I was like, how are they just not throwing him somewhere? But that's how crazy some of these games are. And you got to find a role for certain players. Some guys have to take a step back from the limelight and be a role player in these situations. And some can do that and some can't. But shout out to Team USA. I mean, that was awesome.
Yeah. And let me just say one final thing on this. I was talking to Sach while we're waiting for you two. If LeBron didn't invite Yabusele to the Lakers. Leon Rose from the Knicks needs to make a call.
That'd
need
be
that
sick.
guy.
That'd be badass.
Like the dunk, but not just the dunk. His whole game. He was playing against the best in the world, and he took it right to him.
And he was
There
playing
was no
aggressive.
fear. There was no intimidation. There was no anything. That's a guy I need on my squad, just to go at those guys like that. Because some people do. They get a little intimidated. They get a little scared. Lakers need a lot of help this year, and you need a guy like that. You need the Charles Oakley, Anthony Mason type Yabusele to just go in there and do what you got to do. You got 5 fouls, big fella. Go in there and use them right. But I think he showcased enough. I don't know, get at least an invite. And so that's what some of these other players are doing in the other world countries, right? They're just trying to get an invite. But I mean, they make a living in the Euro, but come over to the big league.
What was cool to what E was saying with him and everything, just how aggressive he was playing against some of these players and everything. Obviously, there was the, people, all the news are talking about the dunk and everything. But I was telling Sach, that dude was trying to dunk on everyone. It was crazy. Like, he was just going up strong. Like, he was just hopping.
No fear.
Yeah, it was wild. So, but great game to watch and everything. Obviously that game, the Serbia game, that's what you want to see at this level in the Olympics. And to what E was kind of hinting at earlier, it's just going to get better and better. Each country is starting to grow, and to what like Sach and me have kind of been saying, basketball is just getting so much more international now, which is just making the game absolutely better and everything. But everyone is growing with it, and it's going to be a bright future for the NBA.
Yeah, and away from basketball, let's give them their flowers. The women's national team soccer, first gold since 2012, back on top. Super young team, beating Brazil in a close one. Great goalie play, not a lot of drama with a very young team. It was good to see them back. And Brazil is just I didn't think USA had a chance when I watched the first half of that game. I was like, wow. But congrats to the women's national team in terms of soccer.
Huge shout out to everyone. I think so we led the Olympics in medals, but we tied with China in gold, I want to say. Everything. Yep. So a lot of competition out there and everything. But it's great. Are you guys here's kind of where I'm at. Are you sad that it's over? Or are you kind of like, okay, it's over now, let's move on to the next thing? How's everyone feeling with that?
I'm kind of glad it's over, to be honest with you.
2 weeks was enough.
Yeah. It was a lot of stuff, and then right when it ends, you're watching NFL preseason. You're like, okay, like let's get to our bread and butter. Let's get to the American sport, which is NFL.
But they got to figure out with the LA, the Los Angeles, the next ones, and I know there's some stuff in Oklahoma and some other places, but they got to figure out a better scheduling.
Yeah, I tell you what.
And figure out what's on where, because it's going to be on. Maybe it's a little easier because it's here on our time. But man, that shit was a mess. Peacock, Hulu, USA.
It's disgusting how many different. You're gonna have to have 10 different streaming services just to fucking stream the Olympics in 4 years. You're going to need Peacock for this. You're going to need Hulu for it.
Well, and the crazy thing is that's starting to build into football and everything.
Yeah, NFL.
Now you have to get a stream. I heard they're going to do the Christmas games or whatever on Netflix. I don't know if you guys heard that.
What are we doing?
Isn't that fucking crazy?
Netflix platform has been garbage lately, man. Shit just free. Like, I got the highest internet you can get. It freezes, it stops, it fucking turns off. Like, I don't know what they're doing with their infrastructure, but
we got 3 or 4 guys coming at E from the IRS, and now he's got to pay off 4 or 5 more streaming services just to watch a game.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I'm waiting for one of these. We need to hit a 4-game guy, a 14.
You know why they're coming after him, though? You know why they're coming after him, TJ? Because they're like, I don't understand on this salary how this guy affords every UFC fucking fight. Every fucking WrestleMania. Every fucking where men are oiled up and sweating on each other, this guy is buying it. It don't matter the cost.
I tell you what, the quicker we grow as a show, maybe once we get bigger, the Bet Champ Show LLC, they can write it off.
Well, he's from the East Coast, so kickbacks are always a thing.
Yeah.
They're like, how did this guy buy 4 bottles of Knob Creek this week? All good stuff. I'm exactly what you guys
Real.
just said too with the Olympics. I think the 2 weeks was enough, and now exactly what Sach was like hinting at. It's time for football, baby.
Yeah.
It's our time. That's the bread and butter of the show. That's what we like to do. That's when our picks are at their hottest, and it's time and it's ready. I'm ready to go, baby. Loving what I'm seeing. A little preseason action, obviously yesterday and everything. So
Yeah.
some things to look forward to, of course. Absolutely.
Good weekend. Hey, I know you capped it, but I'll just give you this on the Olympics. The only thing I'm interested in now, I'd love to see the big three all-star team take on the gold medal of the three, like Ice Cube offered. I would watch that. I would watch his big three against that because I do think he's trying to link them into the 3-on-3 tourney in 4 years in LA. Like, you
That's
come
great,
get my
yeah.
players.
Yeah, as he should.
But I would watch that.
No, that'd be badass. That'd be sick.
Yeah.
Guys, shout out to all the live viewers and listeners. This is the Bet Champ Show After Hours. You are rocking with the fellas, Sach, Wit, Big E, full house tonight. We are off and rolling. Let us know if there's a topic you guys want us to cover tonight or how you're feeling moving into the NFL season. Kind of wanted to just go around the room. Anyone want to throw anything out there into the universe? Anything you saw maybe today or just something on the dome off the top? We'll start with Sach.
Are we going to go over our 3 NFL futures today?
We definitely can. Yeah, we could do two people's, and then we could do follow up with the other 2 on the next show.
Okay, yeah.
too.
I mean, I got 3 of them, and I mean, if anyone else wants to go, we can kind of go through it. But
I got 3 bangers.
I
You
got
got
you guys are good.
take
Okay,
off,
cool.
take off.
so then you and Whit could do next.
I
Thursday,
got
right.
3 bangers and I got a bonus, and we need to write these down and have them each week. See how
Write
we're
them
doing.
down right now. I'm gonna write them down, but I'll go ahead and I'll
All
go
right,
first.
Put you guys on black.
Wait, where's he going?
Not pretty time, man. I don't know.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and go first with the NFL future. I gotta, it's a tough thing in the NFL to go against your team. It's a tough, when you got to kind of root against something that you like. But if anyone's noticed, the NFC East for the past, I think, 10 years has gone a different winner each season, winning the division. I got to go with the Eagles winning the NFC East at minus 140. I just think they're a better team. They're a far superior team. They're better coached.
Are we clip this? Clip this. Someone clip it.
I mean, look, if I'm going to place a future, I'm going to place one that I really believe in. And I think, the Cowboys, they haven't gotten better. They have a lot of drama going on over there with the Dak Prescott contract, the CeeDee Lamb. We lost Tony Pollard. Our second best receiver is Brandon Cooks, who's an older guy, injury prone with the hamstring. In all fairness, the Eagles should have won the conference last year, but they ended up smoking like 5 of the last 6 or 7 games, whatever it was. But I mean, them adding Saquon Barkley, they still got a good squad. Same core group is still there. I'm going the Eagles to win the NFC East at minus 140 over there on FanDuel. I think you just got to get it now. I think the Cowboys are going to win 9 games, and I got the Eagles winning like 10 or 11. So I'm gonna go ahead and rock with them to win the NFC.
Future alert, Sach man.
Any thoughts?
I mean, I think you're right on track with kind of what you were saying. I mean, obviously Dallas has some questionable things happening right now with players and and obviously Jerry Jones, the owner, and whatnot. What are they going to do? Are they going to figure it out? It seems like it almost – obviously I feel like the team's still together, but it seems like there's starting to build up of a little divide over there in Cowboy world. So, I mean, that's never good for a football team. Eagles, obviously, but with the Eagles, too, they got a lot to come by after last year and kind of the drought they went into and with their locker room. So hopefully that'll build up again this year. But obviously, I mean, what we always say, they got better in the offseason in a lot of different positions. So,
and I think the Eagles, too, I think even having them smoke it last year like they did the last stretch, I mean, I think Jalen Hurts is going to have these guys locked in the whole way through and through. Sirianni's going to be on the hot seat. He's going to have them locked in. So I think this is one of the easier picks that you can get right now at Eagles winning. I just don't see the Cowboys competing like they did last year.
Yeah, I mean, I think I like it, but I don't think it's the easiest, right? Because I don't know if the personnel problems are fixed. I don't know. I heard there's still teammates that don't talk to Hurts. They ended the year not talking to this guy. That's big, man. That toxic locker room can just blow everything up, right? So if Sirianni can fix it, absolutely. They're so talented. And then to add a running back like Saquon, it should be there. But then you're like, well, then why is that number where it's at? Right?
Yeah.
You would think if they're that high of a favorite, that should be a little bit of a higher number. But they could. I don't think it's. My only point is I don't think it's a home run. And I'm biased. I have no idea why, because I have no association with this. But it seems like every year I like the Commanders coming out, and they just fucking disappoint me. I have no idea why. I'm always like, man, watch out for them Redskins. Watch out for the Commanders. And so I'm not going to say it on air yet, but watch out for another team out there.
I think this is. I agree with the roster and the talent. Just don't know if Hurts will stay healthy. One, I think this is Sirianni to me. This is the year, and I say this is the year because I think this year he probably could lose the team if they go on a quick losing streak or lose three out of 4 or 4 out of 5. Sirianni. I just think he was a goofball when he came in. I think he caught fire. He's an interesting personality. I think if the train goes a little sideways, it could just go off the tracks. I don't know that he's the guy there. So for that, I don't know. That division is wild. It's going to be the Cowboys or the Eagles. It's just which one. It just sucks for the Cowboys because it's like you can't even quiet the noise if you wanted to because Jerry Jones doesn't want the volume turned down. You know what I mean? And people talk about them so much. Sometimes you wonder, but I mean, I think the Eagles have more room for air, and this is where I agree with you, than Dallas. That goes down. Dallas has
it's all
problem.
right. Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb goes down. They have a problem. There's just more pieces with the Eagles, and I think the defense in some aspects is better.
Like, I hate to say it with Dallas, right? But I told you guys before, and this isn't making fun of either of them, but, man, I really think Jerry Jones is in the same boat as Biden. I do. He's in and out. Like, I don't know if you guys saw the interview where he's talking. They talked about Lamb. He gave an answer. The reporter asked, well, why would you say that? And he was like, I went to high school. I went to college. I don't know why I said it, but I went to high school. You're like, what the fuck?
I think he steps on the devil's nectar too a little bit. And he's done.
I mean, how old is he? Sach? He's 80-something, right? 70, 80?
No, I think he's like 84, 85.
I mean, he's up there a little bit where this is a big year-round business operation, $1 billion for the Cowboys. I don't know if his sons are like there yet to say, hey, Dad, we need to – but you have 3 main players on your roster and a coach. I don't know.
There's some people
saying a lame duck coach has ever worked out.
There's some people,
you know what I mean?
Saying that he's setting up to sell the team. Like it's not going to his kids. That's what a lot of people will say.
Whatever it is, though, it's not. I mean, you're lowering the value what you're doing right now if you're going to sell it.
But
yeah, I mean, they're still the Cowboys. You're still going to make incredible,
the highest sale in the history of any fucking professional sport by a landslide.
But very interested on that. So that would leave me. I don't think the Giants are going to be there. So Eagles up there, and then I'd even go Commanders second. But I don't know what the Cowboys are going to do. It depends how they end up.
What makes you
like? What's your next one, Scott?
Well, when you got an owner who needs help putting his underwear on in the morning, that's problem number one. So I don't know. I love Sacha.
How you know that's out there? Do you apply?
ZJ's an insider, and ZJ almost gave you it's one who to me, not 1-2 back to you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I love Sacha. I like Sacha's play. That's a nice little future though with the Eagles and everything.
Yeah,
And
I
obviously,
like
the
it.
strength wise, power of the off season and everything going on. I like it.
And I'll give Jerry Jones credit here before we move on to E. The guy can scout and draft talent with the best of them. I'll give him that. He can draft like fucking no other. Out of all the guys that you look at, he drafts, Dak Prescott, a hidden gem. You could say whatever you want about him, but when you get a quarterback like that in the third, fourth round, I mean, any team would take that, a quarterback like that late. Micah Parsons, Ezekiel Elliott when he was good, CeeDee Lamb. I mean, Leighton Van. The whole team is constructed off of guys that he drafted, and they end up pretty good, which is not very common. But it's just when you get into the season, he plays these fucking mind games with the players, and I think they're just sick of his shit. And it's been like that since I've been a fan. So hopefully the tides turn, but he is 81 years old. I just looked it up, so hopefully something changes. Probably won't, but
Yeah, I want to put this out there. So we got if you have something, a little cheddar, Arizona over the Baltimore Ravens in the Super Bowl plus 65,000. Something on it. Just put a little something on it.
this fucking guy.
Just put a little something on it. It's not my future, but if you got something laying around in the drawer,
Put $1 on her.
I mean, get in your junk drawer, throw a little something on it. Just saying.
You can go ahead, E. Oh, my bad. For the next one.
For the next one,
Yeah, you go.
next
We'll go
one for
one
me. This is a plus 140. Plus 140. Looking for a little money here, but I got the Bears under 8.5. I got Bears under 8.5. Lock it in. I'm not. Caleb did well. All the rookie quarterbacks did well this year, minus New England. But I'm gonna give that guy a break because the whole team's trash. But it's hard to win 9 games in the NFL, especially as a rookie.
Oh, yeah.
You got Minnesota, Green Bay, Lions in your division. That's 6 games right there. I think they're going to struggle. I just do. I don't think they're going to come out. They didn't answer their offensive line issues. They got they got the receivers in, but he's going to learn. He has to learn. It's not that easy, this transition. And so to ask for 9 games, you might as well put them in the playoffs. You think the Bears going to the playoffs? I don't know. I don't. But so I don't think they're going to get to 9. So I like it, and it's plus money, and I think it's juice tie because of Caleb Williams.
What is the juice? What is it? Plus what?
Well, it's plus 140.
Okay.
So I think like the minus money is on the over, but it's because of Caleb Williams. Nothing on that team. So yeah, I do like that. That's a solid for me. That's a solid. But you guys go ahead. What you got? Hit me up. Burn me.
So I'm not and this isn't, this ain't about you. So I don't want you to upset.
You're good.
So mine is at plus 145. It's out there. It's the Jets to miss the playoffs. At plus 145. Well,
that's what we got it written down today.
I don't like to see nobody, but I like the Jets to miss the playoffs at plus 145. When you look at it, their division alone is going to be tough. I think they're going to have 2 teams are going to come out of that division. You know what I mean? And then you got the Bengals. Obviously, you got the North. Shit, you could have 2 come out of there. Obviously, someone's got to come out of South. Probably going to be Houston. And then you got KC. And then you're going to have probably the Chargers up there battling for some things. Who knows, the Colts, Jacksonville. I mean, I like Aaron Rodgers misses a few games. I think they missed the playoffs. I think they win 9 games, not even win 10, and still miss the playoffs. So I like them at plus 145
All right.
to not reach the dance.
Okay.
Okay.
No complaints.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, I'm actually
down.
going against both of those. I do like the Bears over 8.5, and I do like the Jets making the playoffs. So this will be interesting.
Yeah.
I always root for, the Bills. I love this. The Bills are like my Cowboys now. Get as far as you can and then fucking lose. You know what I mean? But the Jets, I've always followed them since, me and E met way back. I always followed the Raiders, the Jets. Especially Favre went there right around the time when we started rapping. So, Yeah, I always want to see them do good, but I just think they're going to miss.
Yeah, I mean it can make sense. Like I said, I'll disagree, but I'm a Jets fan on that. I think Buffalo will be around.
Yeah.
But Miami, I think Miami's going to do like last year. Tariq's going to blow his hammy. They're just a fast car that keeps blowing their engine. They're going to go on the road in the winter. You know what I mean? Buffalo's solid, but Miami, they can't play in the cold. That's my thoughts on this. They'll start off strong, win a couple.
So we're just saying to make the playoffs.
And then
you think Miami's not going to make the playoffs?
No, yeah, I think it's going to be Buffalo and Jets out of the East.
You think that defense run game with Rodgers is going to be the difference?
I think Tua, and he's good, but I think he stayed healthy last year. I mean, Tua's a hit away from never playing again. You know, just being honest, like so. And if he's gone, the whole game's over. The whole system's broke. So, and I don't know if I trust him 2 years in a row keeping him healthy.
He said Tua's a hit away from funeral proceedings.
Man, remember 2 years ago?
He might be
Michael Jackson.
I know what he was saying. I know what he was saying. He didn't want to say it. God bless him, man. Forgive me. But the look on his face was like, I don't want to say it. He was trying to be all nice. A hit away from never touching a pigskin again.
Man, you gave him all that money too. He's happy. He's fat and happy now.
I was
He's got his
gonna
guaranteed money.
the question I kind of
Go
wanted
ahead,
to
Zito.
throw. Obviously, I feel like maybe someone's got another future or something, but a quick question I kind of wanted to throw around to everyone, just kind of on the spot too. And I'm thinking as I'm asking it is, if you could pick like top 3 or 2, who do you think the rookie of the year is going to be?
Ooh.
I'll tell you. I'll kind of start off with it. Obviously, my number one, and I've been saying this since day one, but my number one is going to be Jaden McDaniels. I think Jaden McDaniels.
So you have him for offensive.
So it's about to be like his
Are you talking about
Jaden-
offensive rookies?
Yeah, offensive rookie of the year. Jaden McDaniels, quarterback, Washington Commanders. Again, just wanting to see this dude light up, play well. And he's just got a run game. He's got a pass game. So I'm interested to see what they'll do with him. Obviously, they're going to utilize him a lot. You know, he's their guy now. That's the face of the team as of now. Second, and I like this. I've just been liking seeing what this guy's doing in training camp and joint practices. And that's Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors for the New York Giants. This dude is an absolute speed demon and will catch any rock you throw at him. And we talk about energy guys. This is an energy guy.
You gotta throw it.
I don't know
Who's throwing to him?
That was my pick.
It's my
You got
number
me.
2. My number 2. I don't know who I'm
1,600, but that was my pick.
Yeah,
out on a
I like Malik Neighbors. Everything I've seen so far has been great. And then I don't know who I'm putting in the 3 spot yet. I reserve the right to put someone in that spot a little later down the road, as he would say. But we'll go around to you guys.
So I guess I'll start with again. Like I had Malik Neighbors as well. Definitely like him out there. And I'm looking at the odds now. I'm trying to get some good money. So you know what? No, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it.
Don't do it.
I ain't gonna do
Don't do it.
it. I'm not doing it.
Not yet. Reserve the right. I reserve the right.
Don't say it.
I like Marvin
I'm not
Harrison
gonna do
to follow in the footsteps of old Larry Fitzgerald.
I like Marvin Harris. Yeah.
I like Marvin Harrison. If you're going with the receiver, I like Marvin Harrison.
Yeah,
over Neighbors.
exactly.
I do like Caleb Williams to be in the mix. I just think he's going to get his shots. I think as long as he doesn't turn the sports writers and the voters off, he'll be in the discussion. And I'll keep the three hole open right now. But I like Marvin Harrison at a non-quarterback position. We'll see how Nix comes out, and we'll see how JJ McCarthy, who starts there, and Jaden Daniels, and how that all shakes out.
I mean, you got to think about it too. When you're picking,
my second one I'll go with. I'm sorry, guys. I'll take Neighbors and I'll take McCarthy. I'll take a quarterback that's got Aaron Jones in the backfield and Justin Jefferson. I'll go with that
But
right there.
But is Sam Darnold going to be the starting quarterback though week 1 though? That's the main thing.
He'll probably start a couple games, but it'll be how they finish. And if so, one of my futures, I'm jumping around here with you guys, is a plus 300 is for Minnesota to make the playoffs. If Minnesota makes the playoffs and McCarthy is at the helm at that time, he'll be up there.
Wait,
because
is that
the
one
other
of your,
guys have to do
is that one
it.
of your official futures?
Yeah. We kind of jumped around with it, but I have 3 futures. You got the Bears under, Minnesota to make the playoffs, and then get ready for this one.
What's
this winter.
What's the odds on the Vikings?
Minnesota for the playoffs is plus 300.
I keep saying fucking Jaden McDaniels. Jaden Daniels.
And then, give me the Indiana Colts to make the playoffs.
The Indianapolis. I knew it was
Indianapolis. Yeah.
I knew it was going.
Yeah, give me the Indianapolis Colts.
I'm with you. I keep saying fucking Jaden
give me healthy
McDaniels.
Richardson.
Right side of the screen didn't show up on my
side.
side. Yeah, you like that? I like
he's
that.
gonna blow up.
What's
Richardson,
the odds on
Jonathan
that?
Taylor. That's 155 plus 155.
Okay.
We were rolling that, and ZJ hit us with that rookie of the year, so I had to jump. But I'll go my boy McCarthy plus 1,700, and then Neighbors plus 1,500.
I like those. Yeah. I like Neighbors. I do like Neighbors a lot. Who you twerking with, Sach?
For futures or
The rookie of the year.
I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I'm going to go Caleb Williams. I just think, for the odds that you guys are getting them at, of course, it's worth it to put money on those guys just because you got so much value going out of it. I mean, it's just so hard to win Offensive Rookie of the Year as a wide receiver. Let's just call it how it is. I mean, you had Puka Nacua last year fucking break so many rookie records, and he still didn't even get it. So you're going a long shot.
So
You got to pretty much
That was wild.
you got to pretty much beat a quarterback that doesn't go like 8-8, 9-8. Let's say if Caleb Williams goes 9-8 or 10-7, good goddamn well they're going to give him that Rookie of the Year. Unless Neighbors or JJ McCarthy just have a
that's what I'm
fucking
saying.
unbelievable season.
Imagine
But I get what you're saying.
That's just it.
With
Imagine
the odds.
in a
With
different
those
world.
odds and that juice, it's worth to throw something on it. It is.
Imagine in a different world that the Giants make the playoffs. The only way Giants make the playoffs is with Malik Neighbors, right? They lost Saquon, and the last one to do it was Odell Beckham, a Giant. Not that that ties into it, but I'm just saying, if the Giants have any success, this is the only guy that got on offense. Marvin Harrison, he's giving the ball up to Connors. He's giving it up to that tight end. He's got other people to get it to. Giants win anything, it's going to go through this guy. So, but you're right. It is a super stretch. The quarterbacks are always,
the cream of the crop.
I don't want to
reserve.
take DJ's guy, so I didn't want to do that. But
I reserve
Michael
the right
Davis.
to my. I still reserve the right to my 3 spot.
And I will, ZJ, with your 3 spot you're going, I'm going with him. I'm putting something with this fucking guy.
Yeah.
So go ahead and say it.
My
So I
3
didn't
spot
want to say
right
his
now.
name.
You put Bo Nix in that category right
We're
now.
going
baby.
Big Bo, baby.
We're going Big Bo. Great preseason debut. Showed some daylight, a lot to build off of, but he will be the starting quarterback week 1 against Seattle. Dude has a lot of poise. He's 24 years old. He's a little older than these guys, and he showed that he wasn't getting rattled, and that he's showing good daylight. Not saying he did anything crazy, but he's showing we can build off that.
I feel like we're gonna need a disclaimer on the bottom of this ticker, like, "Hey, ZJ is from Denver, Colorado. He lives in Denver, Colorado. Dude's biased."
So, Bo did look good. Bo looked like he was who he was advertised. But to your point, 24 years old, 61 college starts. He started 61 college games. He's got the poise, both at Auburn and Oregon. I don't think Denver one game this year is going to fill a stadium bigger than he played in Auburn or out at Oregon. He played in front of big crowds, big games. He's very accurate. He was who he was. I don't think this year the future's bright, but I just don't think the team is there yet, right? I don't think that defense has improved that much. He's there. He's ready. Now you build around the cat. Is he going to get you 1 or 2 wins more? Probably so, because he's just – and I respected after the game his comments too. He said, hey, game's a little faster. He said – the one that he kind of made me laugh. You guys in Denver, we all heard it. Game's faster. And then he said, the guys are real professional. They're where they're supposed to be. I don't know what that was supposed to mean, but, defenders are where they are, and the boxes are getting smaller. But he's – again, and it was the Colts – It was preseason defense, nothing schemed up. You're running basic things, but he delivered. He showed the poise and delivered that, hey, this is where it's at. I'm not saying he's not going to have hiccups like any of these rookie quarterbacks because they haven't seen some of these blitzes and schemes that are going to come at him in the regular season. But he showed me enough with his accuracy that the guy's got skills. He does have to worry. Zach Wilson is on his heels. So
I just have 2 words for Bo Nix, and these 2 words I just want Whit to remember. I want Whit to remember these 2 words. Supercomputer. That's it. That's all I gotta say. All I gotta say about the kid.
You're gonna piss E off. He's gonna get pissed off.
Kid, supercomputer.
No, but I will say about Bo Nix, like just watching him, he did look fucking really comfortable in the pocket, making all the right throws. And obviously in preseason, they're just going to dial up plays for him to just hit his check downs, get comfortable just completing, get the confidence of just completing passes. We're not going to go downfield, do all that stuff the whole fucking game. But he did make some good throws on the run, and
he can move too. That was the cool part.
He can move too, and he's sixth in offensive rookie of the year odds. So it's not like he's like outside of the top 10. It's not like it's not realistic.
Right.
And when it comes to offensive rookie of the year awards, like your team doesn't have to be like top notch. Like you can be a CJ Stroud team. They had a good record. He had a couple of bad games. CJ Stroud had probably about 4 bad games last year that were overlooked. But when you're looking at offensive rookie of the year, you're going to get the leeway with a lot of those games. You basically pretty much just go off of a numbers game. If he throws 25 touchdowns with 8 interceptions, I think it's good enough to win it. So, especially as a quarterback, he's the 3rd quarterback on the list that can win offensive rookie of the year. So I think at plus 1,800, I think it's worth it to just even throw fucking $10 on to win 180 at the end. So they're all long.
He looked real good. That's all I'm saying. He looked good, but again, Denver kept their ones in all the way to like the 3rd quarter. They were playing against third string guys, second string guys. It's not a knock on it. It's just what it was, what he was getting, what he was facing.
I think
the Colts didn't reciprocate. Hey, you're going to keep ones out there in your number 1 line. I'm keeping my guys. To understand it, as long as he's on the field, I want my top lineman out there protecting him. That's our supercomputer.
Yeah.
But now what happens when you're facing this other stuff? Good. The kid's going to be there. You just have to build around him. That's it.
61 starts, son of a coach. Sean Payton, he's going to have him dialed in. 24 years old. He's big. He's strong arm. So you guys ready for my division winner?
Hold up. I want to say one thing about Bo Nix.
Yeah.
1 second. The more that I look about at the age of quarterbacks, I don't think it matters as much as people think. Because
it doesn't.
Because if he's 24 years old, this guy can play till he's 37 years old. You got a decade worth of and does it suck? Yes, he's getting old, but
he's mature.
If a franchise if you can get a decade or a dozen years out of a solid quarterback to take you, the age isn't a big difference. It really doesn't mean that much at the quarterback position. At a skills player, it matters more. But at a quarterback position, give me a 24-year-old. Give me a Michael Penix Jr. who's 25. That's all right.
Real quick. And I'm not saying he's better than Caleb Williams. I'm not saying he's better than Jaden Daniels, but he is more mature than all of those guys. He is more mature. He's been through more, just the way he goes about his press conferences and what I've heard in training camp and everything, he's there to be the quarterback. He's not there for all the outside noise and everything.
Well, I think there's a difference there too. Sean Payton is a hammer. Like Sean Payton's out.
Oh, yeah. He's there to run Sean Payton's offense.
Yeah,
Like,
he's the hammer in the room. I don't think Caleb Williams will be the best quarterback in that draft, period. As a matter of fact, I think Caleb Williams stands to be potentially the third or fourth best quarterback in that draft when it's all said and done.
I like it. Real quick. We got about 5 minutes left. Any other futures in the room? Me and Whit will obviously carry on Thursday with some more. But any last futures?
I got one last one for you guys.
Go
I
ahead.
need you to write this one down.
I would like to give my second one. I've only given one.
Oh, well, you came to me.
Eric's on number 5. He's like, yo,
I let off giving mine and when
Eric's like,
Well, because then you say go ahead, E. So I thought that's all you had.
oh no, I was
My
saying
bad.
let's go 1 and 1. We'll just flip flop back.
1-2 back to E. He's on pick 5. He's like, I got something for every division.
Since
Not
we
so
only got like
good,
5
guys. Go
minutes
ahead,
left,
Finish her up.
I'll give one, or if you guys want to give me, I'll give both. But with my next one, I'm gonna go the Texans, 1+ touchdown every game this year, and you could get it at plus money. You can get it at plus
God, that's a
125.
great one.
Plus 125 for them to score a touchdown in every game.
Every game.
Last year, they did it with the rookie CJ Stroud. The only game that they didn't score a touchdown in was the first game of the season. So when you're looking at it, they got better. They got more weapons.
They got a running back. They got another wide receiver.
They loaded up everywhere. DeMeco Ryans is obviously in his second season
What can you
as the head coach.
What do you have of that?
Dog.
And when you look at their schedule isn't that crazy, like with stacked defenses left and right. I don't know how you wouldn't I don't know how someone would just look at it and be like, no, they're not going to score a touchdown one game at plus 125. It's worth the play. And yeah, like I said, he scored in 16 straight games now, going back to last year, and just got to ride it. I mean, DJ had a future last year with the Broncos to score a touchdown in every game at like plus 100. So is this team better than the Broncos last year? Absolutely. Is the schedule strength the same? Yeah. So go ahead and give me the Texans, 1 touchdown every game plus 125.
Love it. I love that one.
Right.
I do. I like that one a lot.
What's that third one?
I'm gonna go DeAndre Swift, running back.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go his over 5.5 rushing touchdowns. I like him on the Bears. I think, when they get into this, when they get into the inside the 5 goal line setup, I think they just paid this dude a lot of money, so they're gonna use him. He is a power back in a way. He's like an every down back. He's not like stout, and he's not going to just hammer the ball like a Zeke or whatever, but he's very shifty. He's the king. He scored 5 rushing touchdowns last year with the Eagles, and he is the king of getting down at the 1 yard line. And they gave Jalen Hurts probably about 8 touchdowns last year with DeAndre Swift getting down at the 1. And you got to be looking at this guy like, what the fuck? Like, this dude could have had 10 touchdowns last year rushing, but they just gave the tush push, probably the best 1 yard play in NFL history. I mean, they're not going to do that with Caleb Williams. They're not going to do that with a rookie running back or a rookie quarterback. So give me DeAndre Swift over 5.5 touchdowns at minus 120. I could see him get to about 6 or 8. And the offense is good enough to move the ball just like the Eagles, I think. If Caleb Williams is somewhat what he's capable of, I think he's going to get 6.
I like it. Guys, shout out to everyone, all the live viewers in the Bet Champ Show right now. Appreciate you guys being here. Got some futures coming your way. Myself and Whit will toss some more out for you guys on Thursday, of course, but make sure you rewind it to see Sachman and Big E's. I know they've been invested in these guys, and we love future plays. Little juice on it, little action to get you through the season. Got about a minute left. Go around the room real quick. Anything anyone wants to say, throw it out into the universe. Let the people know. Say a quick goodbye. We'll start with Sach.
I don't got much. I mean, shit. A couple weeks out of NFL, week 1, boys are going to be buzzing. The Bet Champ Show, me and ZJ, we're going to have a guest on each week, all 17 weeks, 18 weeks, $1,000 cash prize. So, if there's any people out there that want to do it, me and ZJ are here. You got to take both of us down in the certain week. So, that's going to be our bread and butter. And then we're going to have the show with these guys throughout the week on the days that we can. So we just need NFL here, and we need it now.
Absolutely.
Look, I'm just letting you know, Marcus Lynn Betts returned to the lineup today. Remember that. Marcus
Mookie Betts.
Lynn Betts. A lot of people don't know him by that name, supercomputer for the Dodgers. But no assignment, not designated for assignment. Right back in the lineup, back in right field. Hits a 2-run bomb to put the Dodgers up 2-0. Gets another hit, plays a ball well off the wall, holds a guy to a single. Dodgers win 5-2 back in commanding lead of that NL West, 4 games up on the Diamondbacks and Padres. Padres knotted up at 0 against the Pirates right now. So, hey, Mookie Betts is back. Ohtani hits a bomb. Freeman's starting to go. Lux is buzzing. You got Will Smith starting to hit again. Kershaw's back. Bueller comes back later this week. The Dodgers, here we come. I'm letting you know right now. Look for the Dodgers in the World Series to beat the Phillies in the NLCS.
Love it.
I like it. You're on mute. Mute, E.
You're on mute.
You're on mute.
And that's all I'm gonna tell you. That's how you win these games. That's the secret. No, hey, this is my last one for the board. It's a freebie. I don't even know there's odds on it, but I don't know if it's hot take, cold take, wherever it is. But the Kansas City Chiefs will not win their Super Bowl this year. Write it down, guaranteed.
Wow.
Chiefs are not winning. Chiefs are on a downturn. It's the first time last season. Let's look at them last year. The first time they went on the road. They beat Buffalo by 1 score, Baltimore by 1 score, San Fran in overtime. They're just slowly chipping. There's too many better teams in the AFC, I feel, right now. KC, I'm reserving that right to come out because for plus 450, drop of KC doesn't make the playoffs. But I just don't know what the West has other than KC. But they're not going to make it to the Super Bowl again. That streak's over. What was it, for 3 in a row? Yeah, it won't happen.
No shot.
Got you. Love
Good
it.
one.
Love the take. Love where we're going, guys. Shout out to all you guys. Appreciate it. Full house tonight. Appreciate the fellas, Sach, Wit, Big E. Guys, stay tuned. We're doing more. The NFL is here. Be ready to make a little bag for yourself and enjoy the
Shout out
ride.
Seth Curry.
As we like to say, stay fresh, stay frosty, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode